I convinced myself, despite all evidence to the contrary, that Michael Myers' sixth outing, okay, his fifth outing, Halloween number 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, would be an excellent movie that I would enjoy. I insisted on this belief, despite knowing that the test screenings didn't go very well. The budget for the movie was just 5 million. It only made 15 million. And also going on to Rotten Tomatoes and seeing that people don't really like the movie. No, I insisted. If everybody else is going to go left, I'm going to go right. If everyone's going up, I'm going down. I'm definitely going to enjoy the movie that nobody else appeared to enjoy. And then I sat down and watched the movie for 1 hour 24 minutes. And for the first time in my life, I'm going with popular consensus on this one. This is not a very good movie. Hello. That was a long pre-ramble, wasn't it? Hello, horror nerds. Fellow horror nerds. I'm the biggest horror nerd that you'll find, no doubt. It is Rorschach Myers here. Number one fanboy of all things Michael Myers related, with the one exception of this movie. Halloween 6. The Curse of Michael Myers. So, I've just watched it for the very first time. I've just got back into horror recently, by the way, after watching Halloween Kills. It reignited in me a dormant passion for the horror movie genre, and I've just rewatched Halloween 6. I probably saw it back in the day, but I forgot it. Maybe my memory was wiped clear because it was such a bloody awful movie. I didn't want to remember it, but I've just watched it for 1 hour 24 minutes. I think it was. That's how much it took out of my life. There is a extended version which I'm not going to hunt down because I can't imagine how it would be massively different to what I've just endured. So I'm going to explain why the movie is not a very good movie by going through the plot points here on Wikipedia. So let's do the plot, and hopefully I can explain just why I'm feeling, again, for the first time in my life, like the consensus on this one is pretty much, spot on correct. So plot. On October 31st, that's Halloween, isn't it? 1989, Michael Myers and his niece Jamie are abducted from the Haddonfield police station by the Man in Black and 2 of his henchmen. Or the Man in Black. Remember that character from the previous movie? This is going to be very revelatory and interesting, isn't it? Wonder what they're going to do with this fascinating Man in Black character. Spoiler. Not a lot. 6 years later, on October 30th, oh, that's the night before Halloween, 1995, Jamie gives birth to a child. Who's the daddy? Michael Myers. Yuck. And the Man in Black, revealed to be the leader of a druid-like cult, takes the child away. So we're in satanic cult panic mode here. That used to be a thing back in the day. It's not really a thing now, but there was a genuine fear that there's weird satanic cults running around the local forest and all the kids are going to join, and all that kind of satanic panic, and tied in with Ozzy Osbourne music or something. It was all very, very silly at the time. Almost as silly as this movie. So we got a weird cult in the movie. Later, a midwife helps Jamie escape from the weird cult with Michael's kid. So she's taken Michael's child away from him. She's got sole custody. Jamie and the child flee in a stolen pickup truck with Daddy Michael in hot pursuit. Meanwhile, Dr. Sam Loomis has retired and moved to a cabin on the outskirts of Haddonfield where he lives as a hermit. I just want to say something about the last appearance of Donald Pleasance. He exuded a huge degree of warmth in this movie, and though he was obviously elderly and frail, he was definitely the highlight of the movie for me, just to see this obviously nice man playing the role of Dr. Loomis for the last time. Continuing, he is visited by his friend Dr. Terence Wynn, the chief administrator of Smith's Grove Sanitarium. I'm sure he's not up to any mischief. Where Michael had been incarcerated as a boy. Wynn asks Loomis to return to Smith's Grove. They overhear Jamie's plea for help on the local radio station. What's going on here? She's running away from Daddy Michael. She calls the cops, but the cops aren't available. So the second choice, well, obviously it's the local radio station, isn't it? I mean, if you need help, who do you call when the cops aren't available? Oh, local radio station. Makes sense to to nobody. But that's what she does. So she's pleading for help on the local radio station when she makes a call to Loomis, only to be ignored by the radio DJ Barry Sims. Michael catches up with Jamie. Slowly, he's walking, she's in a car, and she crashes the truck into an old barn. He kills Jamie, but finds that her child is not in the truck. So there's 2 murders, 2 kills so far in the movie. Are they particularly memorable or creative? No, the first kill, I forget how Michael kills the nurse. And the second kill, I think he kills Jamie with some sort of like farmyard implement which twirls or something. It looks like a big rotating fork. I don't know what it is. I don't work on a bloody farm. She was in absolute agony, but the last thing that she says before she dies is, "You ain't seeing the kid." If it's the last thing I do, I'll make sure you never have full custody. So single dad Michael is very angry. He just wants to see his kids. He wants that one weekend at McDonald's. He just wants to see his bloody kids. Kid. I'm on the side of Michael here. You know, when our single dads are going to get the same rights that the single mothers have got? You know, justice for the then what was it called in the UK? That Fathers for Justice movement that you don't see much of nowadays. They used to dress up as superheroes and like scale Big Ben and all that kind of stuff decades ago. Fathers for Justice. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what's happened to Fathers for Justice. I guess they just gave up. No, they're never going to get justice. Anyway, continuing the plot. In Haddonfield, Tommy Doyle, whom Laurie Strode babysat. Why did I say babysat? I don't know, I just did. And I'll say it again. Babysat in 1978 and now lives in a boarding house run by Mrs. Blankenship. Mrs. Blankenship, the most interesting character in the movie. She starts off when we first meet Mrs. Blankenship as a weird old lady who can't hear what's going on around her. But her character does develop. She's actually probably the most developed character in the entire movie. Continuing. Tommy is a reclusive individual. He's a weird conspiracy theorist, pervy stalker. He spends all his time looking out of his window with a camera at the pretty girls. He's your local sex pest, basically. But he's played by Paul Rudd, so the girls don't mind. There's a lesson to be learned there. If you are a local sex pest, make sure you're a handsome local sex pest. He is the lead of this movie, this weirdo conspiracy theorist sex pest. Yeah, played by Paul Rudd. So Tommy is a conspiracy theorist sex pest who has become obsessed with finding the truth behind Michael's motives. The dysfunctional family living in the Myers house across the streets are relatives of the Strode family. Cara Strode, a 6-year-old son, Danny. So Cara is a single mum played by an actress who's too old to be playing a single mum. The 6-year-old Danny is a weird looking kid. A teenage brother Tim, I can't tell you one single thing about Tim. Oh, he's got a girlfriend. Tim's got a girlfriend. Caring mother Deborah, doormat mother Deborah, more like it, and cartoonishly abusive drunken father John. The kind of dad that you used to see portrayed in movies, the blowhard. I'm trying to think of that guy in the UK that everyone dislikes, Piers Morgan. Or Jeremy Clarkson type of just, oh god, no one likes that person. That's the character of John. You don't see him in movies, in Hollywood movies nowadays, because all the men are kind of beta nowadays. But John is uber masculine, drinking whiskey at work, abusing his wife, and he actually slaps his daughter in the face. Why? Because patriarchy or something. I don't know. Anyway, continuing. Tommy finds Jamie's child at the bus station. Tommy is the weirdo conspiracy theorist, not played by Paul Rudd, remember? So he kidnaps a child at the bus station. The child, of course, being the child of Michael Myers, the incestual child of Michael Myers, and takes him into his care, as anybody would do, and names him Stephen. You're my baby now, I'll call you Stephen. This is the hero of the movie. Tommy runs into Loomis and tells him about the Strode family living in a Myers house. Meanwhile, Michael returns to Haddonfield, where he stalks Cara before killing Deborah. So he kills the doormat housewife. How does he kill her? I forget. The killings aren't very creative in this movie. Where was I? Later, Tommy, Cara and Danny go to the boarding house where Tommy reveals that he believes Michael has been inflicted with Thorn. So the conspiracy theorist is right. I guess that's kind of ahead of its time, isn't it? Because the conspiracy theorists, in terms of the couth, they tend to be proven to be more accurate than the mainstream media nowadays, don't they? Anyway, so the conspiracy theorist is right again. So he's worked out that it's all about something called Thorn, an ancient druid curse. Long ago, it is the law. It is the law about Thorn. Long ago, one child from each tribe, chosen to bear the curse of Thorn, must sacrifice its next of kin. That's not random strangers like Michael Myers has been doing throughout the entirety of the Halloween franchise. Next of kin on the night of Samhain or Halloween. Tommy believes that Stephen will be Michael's final sacrifice. So yeah, why is Michael Myers killing all the other people? I guess they're just getting in the way of him killing his next of kin. This doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, that's the story. Let's go with it. Later that night, because the conspiracy theorists are always right these days. Later that night, while Tommy goes out to look for Loomis, Mrs. Blankenship, remember Mrs. Blankenship, most interesting character in the movie, reveals to Cara that she was babysitting Michael the night he killed his sister, and that Danny is hearing a voice telling him to kill, just like Michael did, indicating Danny also possesses the power of Thorn. So Danny, remember, is the little kid of the single mum played by the actress who's too old to be playing a single mum. So he's hearing voices in his head, Randy Orton style. He's going to be the next Michael Myers. I guess that's the plot. Anyway, continuing. Where was I? So yeah, the little kid is going to be possessed by the power of Thorn as well. Meanwhile, Michael kills John, Tim's girlfriend Beth, and Barry Sims. No, I can't tell you one single thing about those 3 kills. Yeah, they've got a big problem with the kills in this movie. Nowhere near the quality of Halloween kills. So yeah, 3 people get killed and I barely noticed. Danny and Cara manage to escape back to the boarding house where Tommy and Loomis are waiting. The cult arrives at the boarding house. They're all wearing their Iron Maiden Black Sabbath t-shirts, but they're not, but they might as well be, revealing that Mrs. Blankenship again, is a cult member, and she's not really hard of hearing. Her hearing is fine. She's in on it all along, and the man in black is Dr. Wynn. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? I was expecting that. The cult drugs Loomis and Tommy and takes Cara, Danny and Stephen to Smith's Grove, the sanitarium. Cara is locked in a maximum security ward, and the maximum security is not very maximum. She's broken out by the weird conspiracy theorist. He uses a fire extinguisher to whack the handle a little bit. So yeah, maximum security. Not quite in the Julian Assange territory that we have nowadays, while the boys are kept in an operating room. Loomis confronts Wynn, who reveals that the staff at Smith's Grove have been working with the Thorn cult to, is their motivation for doing what they're doing, to study the power of Thorn and learn how to control it. What power is that? I guess the power to mind control people, to murder their relatives? Okay. Don't know why you'd want to control that. Stephen is implied to be the successful result of experiments to clone Michael's pure evil. What? They want to clone Michael's pure evil? Yep, that's what we're going with here. And the cult plans to use Danny and Cara to clone another baby. Why are the cult doing this? I guess they're just big fanboys of evil in general. It's just evil is their thing. They're all about the evil. They're making sure they keep tabs on Michael Myers because he might cause them problems. If he's not secured in their sanitarium somewhere. Don't want an evil guy wandering around the corridors, do we? Because you can't really control evil. They don't think about this. By the way, spoiler: they don't think about anything really. Wynn wants Loomis to join in on this conspiracy as he was the first to see the evil inside Michael. Loomis refuses and is knocked out by a cult member. It He asks him to join the conspiracy by saying, ha, 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 we're evil. Evil's great. Join us and be evil. And Loomis is like, no, you're mental. That's about as far as the discussion goes. Evil's great. Join evil. Loomis, nah, it's all right, mate. I'd rather not. Tommy frees Cara with a fire extinguisher from the maximum security jail. There's no guards out there, by the way. As Michael pursues them through the sanitarium. Yes, they just let Michael wander through the corridors. They find Wynn and his team, who are about to perform a medical procedure on Danny and Stephen. Michael suddenly appears and, shocker, evil can't be controlled, turns against Wynn and the doctors, killing them all. So the man in black, remember him? He's killed like he's nothing. And he really was nothing throughout the entirety of the movie. So all the cult members are killed. They fully embraced evil, forgetting that evil was strolling around in the corridors outside of their operating theatre. The bunch of idiots. Tommy and Cara rescue the kids, and Michael chases them into a laboratory where Cara notices fetuses from Finn's. I shouldn't laugh at the word fetuses, but the entire movie is kind of laughable, really. From Wynn's failed experiments. Tommy injects Michael with corrosives and beats him unconscious with a lead pipe. So this is how Michael Myers is defeated at the end of the movie. The weird conspiracy theorist, pervy sex pest stalker injects Michael and whacks him with a pipe. That's him being Michael, mate, have a word for yourself. You were just beaten up by the local sex pest. How embarrassing. Tommy, Cara and the kids leave Smith's Grove while Loomis stays behind to take care of business. Oh, this will be exciting. We're in for a really... no, we're not. We're not in for an exciting climax here. All you get is a few screams, and that's the end of the movie. Inside, Michael's mask lies alone on the lab floor, and Loomis screams in the background, leaving their fates unknown. Honestly, that's the end of the movie. The end of the movie is Michael's mask on the floor and Loomis going, no, or something. You don't even see anything. Did they think it was such a fascinating cliffhanger ending that we'd be looking forward to see what happens next in the next movie, or did they just think, oh crap, how do we end this? That would do. Maybe poor Donald Pleasance had some health issues and they couldn't film the final scene that they wanted to. I don't know. Whatever happened, the ending is a damp squib, which I guess is perfect for a movie which as a whole is an absolute damp squib. The movie seemed cheap as well. I'm looking at the budget of $5 million. It didn't look like they spent a lot of money on it. The music wasn't that memorable, really, and that's a bit of a shock, really, for a Halloween movie. You expect a better movie. The kills were unimaginative. The plot point with the Thorn conspiracy nowhere near as interesting as I thought it would be. They wasted the character of the man in black, and when the most interesting character in the movie is this Blankenship lady, she didn't even have the end of a story arc. I forget if she was killed or what. I can't remember. When that's the most interesting and memorable character in the entire movie, you've got problems, haven't you? So that's my review of Halloween 6, the Curse of Michael Myers. For once in their lives, the critics were right about this one. It's not a very good movie. But what do I know? I'm just a horror nerd flapping his gums on the internet. Is there anybody out there who thinks that I've just been talking absolute nonsense for... How long have I been talking? Way too long. If you think I'm talking nonsense, let me know all about it in the comments down below. Or if you agree with me, let's get ourselves in a nice little confirmation by a circle jerk and pat each other on the back. No one's patting each other on the back over this one. It's not a very good movie. Okay, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Yeah, give us a like and a sub if you'd be so kind. I appreciate it very much indeed. Cheers, take care. I'll catch you all later. I'll be back. I might do a review of this one next, actually. I haven't reviewed Halloween Kills yet. This is going to get a positive review. Way better movie than this one. Cheers, guys.